I want to get into this playoff game that we just saw between the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. Really, we've had some great playoffs already, right? We just saw a 5 overtime game with the Blazers and Nuggets the night before. That game went into the wee hours. I was really tired when that one was over. I can only imagine how the players were. And then, of course, tonight we get an overtime game with Golden State and Houston. I want to give you a quote before I get into this. Set this up with this quote from Kyrie Irving. And I'm going to do kind of a paraphrase here, basically. Kyrie recently said that he was not into allowing himself to be compared to other players, this player and that player. And the quote was recently kind of taken out of context. They took the top half of that quote and made it look like Kyrie Irving was just simply calling himself a genius. And they missed the bottom part of that quote because really what Kyrie was alluding to was, I'm great at basketball. I know that I am. But as far as me to this guy and this current player to this current player on my team and comparing another player on my team to another player on that team, it's not going to happen. And I say that for this buildup because that's what the hell is going to happen with the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets, right? For the last week, all of a sudden, everybody is riding the Kevin Durant wave, right? Every person out there, it seems like, that said that Kevin Durant was not the caliber of athlete of LeBron James is now suddenly been thrusted into the category of, I'm going to take Kevin Durant over LeBron James. We are so busy comparing KD and LeBron and Kobe and LeBron and Kobe and Jordan and James Harden to this guy and Larry Bird to that guy. We're so busy with that we are missing what is going on in the actual game of basketball. And what happened tonight was two great basketball teams giving each other hell. Why can't the narrative be that Golden State was down by double digits and they came back and tied the ball game? Why can't we talk about the great defensive play that we just saw Klay Thompson make towards the end of that ball game? Why are we not going to be talking about Kevin Durant scoring over 40 points? Why are we not going to be talking about James Harden with two fucked up eyes playing a hell of a game of basketball? Why are we not going to be talking about the way both teams were really able to make adjustments in the game, and especially at halftime for the Warriors, that ultimately made the end of that game what it was? Why aren't we talking about that? Because I can guarantee you what's going to happen is, number one, everybody's going to talk about the Warriors with the last, 16, 17 seconds or so, down by 5, just letting the Rockets run down the clock. That's going to be a huge topic of discussion. Oh, they're quitting. Oh, they don't want to play basketball. No. They're just back-to-back champs with a back-to-back MVP in Kevin Durant. That's all. They're quitting, though. They don't want to play basketball, right? I could already see this coming. That's the annoyance of sports. That's the annoyance of flip-floppy discussions. That's the annoyance of nonsensical debates. I've talked about this before, right? I've talked about it before because we've always tried to compare this individual to that individual. Why? Why is it we live in a world now where Mike Tyson couldn't be Mike Tyson? He had to be compared to Muhammad Ali. Why do we live in a world where Floyd Mayweather Jr. feels the absolute positively need to go on out and say that he's better than Muhammad Ali? Why do we live in a world that mandates, for some reason, every damn day, whether I'm listening to radio, whether I'm looking at social media, whether I'm reading a news article, I have to see another comparison between LeBron James and Kevin Durant, and LeBron James and Michael Jordan, and LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, and Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant, and and don't forget Russell Westbrook and Oscar Robertson. I'm to a level now. I am to a level where I see the hell of a game that we just saw. And I know what the conversation is going to become Monday morning. I know what all the articles are going to say tonight. I know what every panelist and news person out there is going to say. You know, Kendrick Perkins has been on radio and social media and TV a lot. And they've been even getting him to wheel and deal. Who would you ultimately take? Would you take Westbrook or would you take Kevin Durant? Can we stop with the drama because there's already enough drama within the game itself? Don't tell me tonight was not a drama-fueled basketball game. You had a must-win situation with the Houston Rockets. There was no way in hell that if they won that game, or if they lost that game, pardon me, they didn't get swept. No way in hell. The Warriors showed so much grit. Again, you're down by double digits. Kevin Durant had, I don't want to say abysmal first half, but not the greatest half of play that we can ever say that we saw from KD. But he willed himself to a better basketball game in the second half. Why don't we talk about the determination of both teams? Why don't we talk about the different schemes that they run? Why don't we talk about the different plays that they run? And one of the things that Kyrie talked about was, if you want to talk about, I think he said third quarter, 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go, where he's talking about spacing for the defense and offense. Are we so enamored with the other stuff that we can no longer actually properly assess a game of basketball, a game of football, a game of baseball, an MMA fight? Would we really legitimately rather talk about all the other stuff? Are we just filling airtime? I mean, what's going on? Maybe you hear this rant and you go, dude, stop bitching. And that's fine. I'll take that. But maybe you hear this rant and begin to think a little more like me. And I'm not saying everybody has to think like me. Because if you disagree, that's fine. This isn't the Everybody Agree with Drew Duncan program. It's the full court press. You're entitled to your opinion. And in my opinion, I think we have lost the excitement for watching that game. Because what we just witnessed was phenomenal. The Rockets clearly are not going down without a fight, which is great to see. It was great to see a kid like Gould come out 20 points first half. Who the hell has heard of that guy, right? I mean, come on, let's keep it 100 for a second, right? And it's not necessarily because guys like CP3 and Harden and KD and Steph and Clay are all pushed down our throats. It's because we forget about the role players and what their importance is. You want to talk about Jordan needing Pippen? Everybody needs role players. It's just a bottom line scenario. It's the team game of basketball. The Warriors play it most nights to perfection. Not a lot of turnovers tonight by them. And tonight we saw a pretty good team game with the Houston Rockets and a lot of different role players stepping up and making things happen, especially in overtime. When I saw going in overtime, I really believed that the Warriors were going to pull away with it. But credit the Rockets not going down. And shout out to James Harden for playing through the most needed part of the man's his eyes. Come on. Guys, I am Drew Duncan. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is all at DrewDuncan83. Don't forget, when you share this post, use the hashtag Don't You Dare Touch That Dial. And as always, don't you dare touch that dial.